Is it dumb to pay this much rent? I'm 29, male, and I'm thinking about moving back to a high cost of living city that I used to live in. When I lived there, I was much happier compared to where I'm living now. However, the obvious downside is that rent is much higher. I've had roommates before, but I really want to live on my own, right? Less stress, etc.
Yeah.
The one bedroom I'm looking at is around $2,200, which comes out to about 34% of my net monthly income and around 25% of my gross monthly income. I'd still like to be able to max out my Roth IRA, 401k, and continue to make additional investments monthly into my brokerage account. I'm projecting that I'm projecting that I'd be able to save $2,000 to around $2,300 a month. However, I'm still having a hard time swallowing giving out $2,200 in rent every month, as a part of me feels it's even stupid to pay that much, even though I'll be a little bit happier. I originally wanted to buy a home, but I don't think it's feasible since I'm a single income household and most of the condos have really high HOAs, assessments, rising property taxes, and insurance.
Hmm.
Should I reconsider paying this much in rent? I feel like I'm in a good position financially, but I just want to hear some others' opinions. Some additional information: my salary is $115,000, great salary, with a 20% bonus, expecting a promotion soon, as well as a salary increase. Nice. Debt, none, also nice. Savings, 160,000, also very nice. And the 160,000 is a mix of cash and brokerage accounts. Monthly expenses, not spending a lot. I spend most of my time outside in the nature. So I really just spend money on food. That's basically it. Thank you for your help. From Rent May Sting, but the joy it'll bring in solitude's wing. I like that. That's good. So he's making a lot of money. He's got
Hmm.
a great amount in savings. He said he's
Yeah.
29, 29.
Yeah.
That's
This young man's doing very well.
very, very well. Very, very
He's
well.
he's definitely on his path to financial independence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, no honey, no girlfriend in the picture, no
Hmm.
guy friend in the picture. Um, do you think? I feel like this is another like hack. It's a little bit of a hack. If you have a girlfriend, they can pay half the rent as well,
Yeah.
half the expenses.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a house hack right there. But he's not in a relationship, so I can't expect any of that. Um, I definitely agree with what he's saying though. Like sometimes when the area you're living in is a little bit depressing.
Yeah.
When when you go into a different area, you're like, wow, this place is awesome. They have great sushi here. They have things to do here. This is amazing. Good people here. Love the energy, nature, all this fun stuff. And then you come back home and it's like a desert.
Yep.
It just isn't. This place isn't for me. So I definitely get the psychological aspect about it. But what do you have for him, Chris?
Yeah. So, like you said, like I understand where he's coming from and saying, I was happier where I was, but can I really justify $2,200 additional a month in order to live? And as someone who I grew up in San Diego, so $2,200,000 or 2,200 a month for a single bedroom or a single room, it's not that bad, honestly. I know that's like sad to say, but
That's so
that's
sad to
honestly
say.
not that bad.
It's really
Like
sad.
that could be a lot worse. That's not that bad. Um, so what I would say to that is if you were legitimately happier there, like life is not all about just saving money. I thought for a long time that it was all about number in a bank account. And if I saved and I scraped and I hated life for long enough and I reached this magic number in a bank account, I would finally be happy. And I'll tell you what, that day does not come. Even when you hit that amount in your bank account, you're still going to be not happy. So life is meant to be lived. It sounds like you're maxing out your Roth, you're maxing out your 401k, you're saving money, and it sounds like you're going to be able to continue to still do those things and save $2,000 a month. I think it'd be silly for you to continue to live a life smaller than what than what you're currently living in order to save some money on rent, especially if you will be happier there. Now, that's not even to throw into the fact like, can we house hack this? Like we just talked, for like 30 minutes on house hacking. I know you said that one of the big thing you want is to be solitude. You want your own area. So rather than like purchasing a single family home where you have to have a roommate, can you buy a duplex where you have a wall in between? This could be a really easy way for you to purchase a house, get someone to help you there. You could have your own space and have someone to pay down the mortgage for you, that you're not having that huge out of pocket 2,200 for the rent. You might be building up that mortgage or building up that equity in the home and having someone to help pay down the mortgage, so that your mortgage payment that you're paying out for yourself could be less than 2,200 for all I know, or it could be about the same, but at least you're building equity in a home as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he didn't mention what his old rent was. He only mentioned what it is
With the
now,
new-
2,200. And like, let's say it's $1,000 cheaper, right? But you're twice as miserable. Well, for $12,000 a year, would you want to be happier and enjoy life, or be content with having a crappy life, but you saved an extra $12,000, $1,000 a
Yep.
month? It's like, how much is the money worth to you, you know, versus how much is your happiness worth to you? And it seems like he's valuing money more than happiness, even though, you know, he's moving back into a happier place.
Well, it sounds like right now, from what I'm getting, is he's not going to move back to that place where he's happier
Mhm.
until until he justifies to himself that it's
Yeah.
worth paying that money. So he's staying wherever he is right now until he can justify to himself that it's worth moving to.
Yeah, I think he wants us to tell him that it's okay to move somewhere that's a little bit more expensive to be
Mhm.
happier.
And I think, yeah, and I'm here to say, like, well, I
Yeah.
think we can both say, like, it is 100%, because you're doing all the right things. Now, could it be maximized more? Yeah, 100%. But you can always maximize more. You can always make more money. You can always save more money. You can always do better. But at some point, you need to just say, like, this is enough. And I am happy with what I have, and I'm happy with my life. And it sounds right now like you're making good money, but you're not. You could be more happy if you live inside of another place. And this is a place that isn't like new. It's not like you're going to be moving to a place and hoping you're going to be happier there. You've lived there before and you were happier, and you miss that. So now every day you're comparing the reality of, like, this is what I have right now, but I know that when I was there, I was so much happier.
Yeah.
And I always think about it this way. When you're young, you have energy, but you don't have money. When you become a little bit older, like you are right now, you have money, but you don't have time. And then when you become old, you have time, but you don't have energy.
When you get older, yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Okay.
So right now you're in that time where you have money and you have energy, but you don't have time. But like, you could create, you want to be able to live that life that's going to be the best that you can. And sometimes the location that you're in is going to help you to live that best life. And who knows what could come from it. You might be able to meet your future partner in that location that you used to love. And again, 2,200 a month is not that bad.
Yeah. Especially, it depends on the situation you're in, but 2,200 a month when you're making 115,000 plus 20% bonus and a possible promotion on the horizon, you can stomach it.
Yeah.
You can
Because
stomach it.
we've talked about the 50-30-20 rule, right? Of 50% of your income should go to your fixed costs, 30% to your desires, 20% to savings. Well, even at the worst case scenario, this is only going to be 33% to 34% of his net income. So that's not that bad. He still has another 16% to go to utilities and everything, which it isn't going to be. So he'll still stay way below that. And it sounds like, since he's not spending very much on wants, he'll be able to still funnel a bunch of money to his savings, towards those investments, towards maxing out his Roth, his IRA, emergency funds. I mean, this guy's only 29 years old. He's already amassed, I can't remember, 100 and some odd $1,000.
Like 60. Yeah, it's a lot.
Like, he's doing a good job. And I know that you want to continue to grow your wealth, and it's nice to see that number, but that number means nothing if you're miserable.
True. It's true. Yeah, it's really true. You don't understand how good happiness feels when you're looking at, it's like, oh, I would be so much happier over there. And then you get there, it's like, I was miserable back then. I mean, Chris, I know you talk about it a long time. You were in a job that you despised, right?
Hmm.
And once you left it, and like compared to your life now, looking back on it, it's like it's crazy. It's two different Chris's, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. Because you think like, oh, this is fine. I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm fine. But when I look back on my life, then like I was a miserable person. I
Yeah.
mean, was I functioning? Yeah, I was functioning. I was actually doing quite well. But like compared to now, if you took me right now, who owns his own company, basically wakes up, goes and works around and like does his own thing, does a podcast, does research, has fun, talks to his clients, helps people live their best life from a financial standpoint. And then put me back inside that same like sales role where I was just like every day making cold calls, selling stuff I didn't care about to do things to like make money for somebody else. I freak out.
Yeah.
It'd be really tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you've tasted freedom, going back into that prison is it's tough. It's
Mhm.
very tough. But yeah, I mean, I hope the information we told you today helps you.
Yeah, I really hope it does. And like, we can tell you like it does. It's not all about the money. It's not all about the dollars and cents. Your happiness is very important. We are here to give you permission to live your life. Live your life the way that you want it to be. Even if FI isn't the thing that you're going for, even if you just want to live a best life, achieving financial independence doesn't need to be the goal. But I think the biggest thing is people who go down this path, I just want you to live a life of intention. Know yourself, know thyself, and look for what you're looking for and try to find it every single day with intention. Just go through your life with intention by understanding what the heck you're doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Living your life with intention. But yeah, I hope that'll be it for Five Friday feedback.
This video podcast is sponsored by Monzon Wealth. The content in this podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. We do not endorse specific products or services. Past performance does not guarantee future results. The opinions expressed are those of the hosts and guests, not the podcast sponsor.
It is crucial to consult with a qualified financial advisor or professional who can provide advice tailored to your specific needs before making any financial decisions, investments, or taking any other actions. If you are seeking specified help, you can reach out to Chris at monzonwealth.com.